Welcome to the campus of Wausau East High School. Zaleski Sports brings you high school baseball today. Crosstown rivals renewed, DC Everest and the Wausau East Lumberjacks. Hello, everybody. I'm Chris Conley. Boy, it was rainy and miserable in the late morning and early afternoon, but I'm about to say the magic words. There will be baseball. In fact, skies have cleared, just some high, thin clouds. Temperatures are going to be in the 50s, but it's not going to quite feel like that. It is a windy afternoon, and that puts a little chill on things today. These teams have had opposite starts to the season. The Lumberjacks won their first three and then dropped their first two conference games to Wisconsin Rapids. They are 3-2 and have not played since Thursday, a 7-1 loss to Rapids. The Evergreens played 3 games down south in the southern part of the state. They lost all 3 of them. Since then, the Evergreens have won 5 in a row. So the Evergreens are 5-3, and they've won both of their conference games so far against Marshfield. Today's pregame is brought to you by Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston, providing dependable vehicle repair, service, and tires for 22 years. A 3-year nationwide warranty, free roadside assistance. At Auto Select, you're good to go. That's Auto Select, Schofield Avenue in Weston, Highway 10 East, and Church Street in Stevens Point. As the head coaches meet at home plate, we'll step aside for a quick break. We'll come back with our starting lineups and our first pitch as we get baseball underway. This game moved from DC Everest, from Simon Field to Wausau East because of the rain. Someone's arriving at Simon Field right now and saying, "Where is everybody?" We'll get you caught up on some of our scheduled changes because of the weather when we return on Zaleski Sports.
Find auto repairs, brakes, tires, and oil changes all in one place at Auto Select in Weston. At Auto Select, you can expect dependable automotive repair from the experts you can trust will exceed your expectations. Auto repair has never been so comfortable with a spacious, clean waiting room with refreshments along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. And ask about their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. For your next auto repair or maintenance, bring your vehicle to Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston. In Stevens Point and Plover, at Auto Select, you're good to go.
Welcome back. Starting batting orders will be introduced in just a moment. I'm Chris Conley. Evergreens are looking to run their winning streak to 6 in a row. Again, Wausau East has been off for a while. They didn't play over the weekend, and they didn't have a Friday game. Before our batting orders were announced, let's catch you up on a schedule change. These teams were scheduled for Tuesday and Thursday games. This being Tuesday, this game was moved from Simon Field, which took a lot of water earlier today, to the artificial turfed infield here at Wausau East. So that was the right decision, no question about that. Tomorrow we will be playing baseball instead of Thursday. Tomorrow looks like the better weather day, so Wednesday baseball, and let's see if I can get a thumbs up here. That game will be on Zaleski Sports as well, I believe. Yes, it will. So Wednesday, not Thursday baseball, 5 o'clock first pitch at Simon Field. So these teams will meet on back-to-back days. Yeah, this is more of a hot chocolate than a lemonade type afternoon here at Wausau East. This is my first time seeing the field since they put in the turf infield. It's an artificial turf infield, that synthetic turf with the individual plastic blades of grass, so it doesn't play as fast as the old carpeted artificial turf fields. It is still a natural grass outfield. So maybe it's a little squishy, a little soft once we get beyond the infield here. Baseball is brought to you by Axis Insurance. For all your personal, business, auto, and life insurance needs, there's always a local agent you can look to at Axis Insurance. Learn more at AxisInsurance.net. Axis Insurance Agency, their business revolves around you. We had a combined national anthem before we came on the field. Wausau East softball is playing just behind us. They're playing against Merrill. And, of course, the game in front of us, Lumberjacks and Evergreens, will be underway shortly. So before the softball game got underway at 4:30, before these teams came out for warm-ups, we had a combined national anthem. So we'll be underway in just a few moments. Pitching matchup today, Davis Winter to pitch for the Lumberjacks.
Good afternoon, baseball fans.
And the Evergreens send Cole O'Brien to the mound. Let's introduce you to the DC Everest batting order. Carter Miller will DH for the Evergreens and will lead off. He will hit for the pitcher Cole Miller. Center fielder Ty Rohde will bat second. Nevin Poppy, who's been a little bit of a Swiss Army knife, he's played everywhere. He catched, he pitched, he closed out the final 3 outs in Saturday's win. Nevin Poppy plays third base today and bats third. Hottest bat in the Everest lineup right now is their catcher, Cole Van Slyke, who bats fourth. Jack Dvorak bats fifth, and he's in right field today. Dvorak was the pitching star in the Evergreens win on Saturday. Pitched the middle innings 3, 4, 5, and 6, and allowed just 1 hit, no runs. Jack Dvorak will bat for himself today. He'll play right field and bat fifth. Cade Felch is the first baseman, batting sixth. Logan George for the Evergreens plays second base, bats seventh. Aiden Haupt is in left field, eighth, and George Jablonski, the Evergreens shortstop, will bat ninth. For the visiting Evergreens in the road black with white pants, Miller, Rohde, Poppy, Van Slyke, Dvorak, Felch, George, Haupt, and Jablonski. For Wausau East, looking to break a 2-game losing streak. A win here would get the Lumberjacks back to 500 in the early part of this season. Center fielder Ian Stahl will lead off. Pitcher Davis Winter will bat for himself. He'll bat second. Catcher Ryan Rodemeyer will bat third. Jed Vandersanden plays first base. He'll bat fourth. Carson Bauman, that's Carson with a K, plays right field and will bat fifth. Zach Poggle hits sixth. He's the shortstop. Bodie Beaversdorf is the second baseman. He will hit seventh. Colin Milkey, third baseman, hits eighth. And Caton Lasinski is the designated hitter. He'll bat ninth. He hits for Maddox Hurtis, who is playing left field. First pitch when we come back after this break on Zaleski Sports.
If the check engine light comes on in your car, do you address it or hope it goes away on its own? Pain is your body's check engine light signaling that something isn't right. Innovative Health in Weston can help identify and fix the aches and pains of everyday life. We deliver effective chiropractic care for every joint in your body, from your neck to your back to your knees and feet. With 4 doctors on staff and advanced treatment options, we've been consistently voted a top chiropractic and sports medicine clinic in central Wisconsin. Whether you're a high school athlete, a pregnant mom, or just feeling the wear and tear of life, give us a call at Innovative Health in Weston today.
Feel better, live better, Innovative Health.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauernfeind Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Ready for baseball as righty Davis Winter takes his warm-up tosses. Will be underway in just a moment. A minute or two early, and on what's kind of a chilly, windy day, early start suits us just fine. Again, if you missed our earlier announcement, what was going to be a Thursday game here will be played at Simon Field tomorrow. So the Lumberjacks get their home game switched from there to here today, and we will play Wednesday afternoon baseball instead of Thursday. Carter Miller to lead things off for the Evergreens here on the top of the first. Righty to get us going here. From the set, coming home, we're underway outside, ball one. You see our spot, we're just up the third base line. Outdoors for today's game, so at least the rain has stopped. Swing and a miss. He's over the top of that. A ball and a strike. The wind, 15 to 20 miles per hour, is blowing in. This field is not going to give up home runs today, I don't think. Off-speed pitch out in front. 1-2. So Davis Winter looks like he's got pretty good break on his stuff and can change speeds. We've seen that just in the first 3 pitches. Comes back with the fastball and is outside. Count evens at 2-2. Evergreens didn't hit all that much in their Saturday game over Medford. Off-speed pitch, got him. Carter Miller swings over the top. Here's Ty Rohde, Evergreen's starter and a freshman. A left-handed bat in the number 2 spot for the Evergreens. Outside, ball 1. I mean, one of the questions for Rohde when he's hitting, has he seen the kind of pitching with someone who's got, an A-level fastball? I'm not sure that's Davis Winter. That's fouled off down the first base line. A ball and a strike. But it's safe to say that if you're a freshman playing at varsity, you're going to see some seniors that are going to have speed, that are going to have stuff that you're just not used to. 1-1 pitch. Off speed, this is bounced off the plate. Stays in play, pitcher's got it, throws underhand, and there's the second out of the inning. Winter to Vander Sanden, 2 up, 2 down. Here's Nevin Poppy. Yeah, the Evergreens had only 5 hits in Saturday's game, but their pitching gave up only 3. Evergreens trailed 2-0 after the first inning, got the runs back in the third, and there was no more scoring after that. Nevin Poppy is over the top of the breaking ball for strike 1. Poppy hits this one back to the mound on a hop. Winter throws over to first. Pitcher's got 2 putouts in a 3 up, 3 down inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first when we come right back on Zaleski Sports.
Are you ready to give your kids a head start on smart money habits? With Abbey Bank's Bright Future Checking, kids and teens can learn to manage money with you right by their side. They get their own debit card, and you can keep an eye on spending with easy-to-use mobile banking and card controls. The Bright Future Checking account has no fees, no minimum balance, and kids get a bonus after the first deposit is made. Give your child the power of independence. Stop in or visit abbeybank.com to get started. Abbey Bank is member FDIC.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
The Conley chronometer says right now it's exactly 5 o'clock. So the Evergreens go down in order before the game was even officially ready to start. Cole O'Brien's taking his warm-up tosses, and we are brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, windows built to last, and saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Infinity Exteriors, guaranteeing quality you can trust. Here's the defense behind Cole O'Brien. Aiden Hopt is in left field, Ty Rohde is in center, and Jack Dvorak is in right. That's an entirely different outfield than what the Evergreens used on Saturday in their win over Medford. Everest infield, Nevin Poppy's at third, George Jablonski's at second. George Jablonski's at short. Logan George is the second baseman, and Cade Felch is at first. The battery is Cole Van Slyke, receiving from Cole O'Brien. Cole to Cole today. Ian Stahl to lead off for the Lumberjacks. The Lumberjacks, the thinking is this, that they're a better team than last year. I see I'm surrounded by future broadcasters today. Lumberjacks have more seniors. I think we'll be playing better baseball than in recent years. I would not be surprised at all to see the Lumberjacks above 500 before this season is over. I mean, the Evergreens used to take on Wausau East and used to be counting on a sweep. That is not a given at all this season. Ian Stahl ready to lead off here in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch from Cole O'Brien on the outside corner. High velocity fastball, strike one. This is kind of funny on my list of sponsors. Peterson Kramer Funeral Home brings you today's game. And whoever was writing this up didn't say what we're supposed to say about Peterson Kramer Funeral Home. We thank you for bringing us today's game. This is popped up, first base side, foul ground, and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. Let's see if we can make something up for Peterson Kramer Funeral Home. Peterson Kramer Funeral Home. May it be many years until I need your services. Thank you for joining our Zaleski Sports family. O'Brien's ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. Coming home. Fly ball again, wind blown down the right field line and out of play. East Everest tomorrow at Simon Field, where the weather is going to be if you're talking about a spring has sprung day, that's tomorrow. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 60s. Swing and a miss, challenged him up high, and Cole O'Brien has retired Ian Stahl. Of course, because it's Wisconsin in springtime, so the weather can never be perfect. There is a chance of rain tomorrow. We're thinking widely scattered showers. And you know what? The weather forecasters got today right perfectly. They said some rain chances in the morning and then ending after lunchtime. That's exactly the way today is worked out. Sunshine is actually burning off some of the clouds from earlier. Davis Winter, it's opposing pitcher to pitcher. First ball swinging, and this is into the gap in right center field. Going all the way, it doesn't get to the wall, but he'll flop into second base with a 1-out double. So Davis Winters smacks the first pitch that he saw around the yard. Ryan Rodemeyer will hit now with a runner in scoring position. Courtesy runners out for Wausau East. We'll identify who that is in just a moment. 1 out, runner in scoring position as the Lumberjacks look to strike first. Cole O'Brien has put just about everything around the strike zone. Nope, that's Davis Winter who's running for himself. Beg your pardon? The first of many mistakes in this afternoon's broadcast. 0-1 pitch to Rodemeyer. That one got away, sails many feet over the catcher's head. The wild pitch will move Davis Winter from second to third base. I know what Cole O'Brien's going to say about that pitcher is trying to throw something off speed, trouble getting your grip when it's kind of cold today. Davis Winter advances to third. Evergreens play the infield in, and there's a strike. Strike 2. East dugout to my right chirps a little bit, thinking that was outside. Yeah, what do the Evergreens think about Davis Winter? They don't want to give up a run here in the first inning and play the infield in. That's respect for the opposing pitcher, for sure. 1-2 pitch. Down the first base side and foul up against the chain link fence. Yeah, Davis Winter, when he pitched in the top of the first, efficient and looked like he had his good stuff. A lot of movement on Davis Winter's breaking ball and cutter. A strikeout sure would help Cole O'Brien here. 1-2 pitch coming home. Swing and a miss. Got him. It is early, but that's a big strikeout because now there are 2 outs and the Evergreens can play the infield back for Jed Vandersanden.
And that strikeout is the second out of the inning, and that brings up Jed Vandersanden, first base.
You can see why Jed's a first baseman. He's a tall player, so he's a big target for wild throws to first base. That's the way we used to choose up the sides in Little League, right? The kind of fat, squatty kid, he was the catcher. The tall kid who gave you the biggest target, he was the first baseman. The kids that were a little shaky in the field, second base and right field. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Took something off there. So Cole shows that he is able to change speeds too, and he's ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Cole O'Brien's looking to strand a runner at third base. This ball is popped up first base side. First baseman Cade Felch looking for a play. Nope. Wind blows it into the Everest crowd. The Everest crowd here can be counted on 2 hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 people sitting out in the cold. There are more behind home plate. I get it. When it's cold and the weather is iffy, you watch the game on Zaleski Sports. That's always a fine idea. 0-2 pitch. Challenged him up high. He fouls off what would have been a ball. So we stay at no balls and 2 strikes. See if O'Brien tries to entice Vander Sanden with something out of the strike zone in this spot. Coming home, breaking ball to third. Nevin Poppy bobbled it for a moment. Strong throw across the diamond. A 1-out double and a wild pitch. Runner left at third base. 1 inning complete and there's no score. East and Everest on Zaleski Sports.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that look for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Selling your car to Dahl Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Dahl Auto. Simple.
Give us 5 stars if you like the new improved camera angle on our Zaleski Sports broadcast. Evergreen said 4, 5, and 6 to the batting order here in the top of the second inning. Cole Van Slyke, hottest bat in the Everest lineup, takes a pitch that drops in, strike 1. I can just tell, just from a half inning of work, Davis Winter is going to be a tough customer for the Evergreens today. This is bounced off the plate. Foul. Hit Cole O'Brien still in the batter's box. Cole's down, no balls and 2 strikes. We're brought to you by J&D Tube Benders. Founded in 1968, they've been in the Felch family ever since. A locally owned manufacturer specializing in tube bending, welding, and cutting. You can find and join the J&D Tube Bending team in the Schofield Industrial Park or at jdtubebending.com. That's a ball and 2 strikes. Off-speed pitch, punched to first base. Pitcher covering, and there's the out. Davis Winter has retired both of the leadoff batters that he's faced so far. Here's Jack Dvorak. Jack's pitching on Saturday was outstanding. He was the star of the game for the Evergreens. Protected a 1-run lead, allowing only 1 hit, and was not scored on. in 4 innings of work. Jack Dvorak winning pitcher in the 3-2 victory over Medford on Saturday. Playing the outfield today. And he's quickly down 2 strikes. Coming home here, Dvorak way out in front of a dropped third strike, got to throw down to first. And Davis Winter carving up the Evergreens pretty good. Here's Cade Felch. You know what the challenge is going to be for the Evergreens? Do the Evergreens have a lot of big bats in their lineup? Do they have prolific hitters? No, they don't. Nevin Poppy, Cole Van Slyke, Carter Miller, they're good bats. But are they elite level hitters? No, they're not. And the Evergreens are facing a really tough pitcher today. Davis Winter's been ahead of every batter he's faced. Filling up the strike zone. Cade Felch takes strike 1. Felch shortens up his swing. This is down the right field line. Foul. We have to rely on our umpires to signal foul there. That's the longest look for us from our Zaleski Sports broadcast location. And Davis Winter is ahead in the count again. No balls, 2 strikes. Pops this up. Shallow right field long run. It's an adventure. Right fielder comes in. Carson Bauman makes the catch. Davis Winter has retired the first 6 that he's faced. We'll go to the bottom of the second. There's no score between DC Everest and Wausau East on Zaleski Sports.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Welcome back. I'm Chris Conley. Bottom of the second is on. Wausau East has 5, 6, and 7 in their batting order to face Cole O'Brien. You know what? The wind has died down a little bit, and that's making the afternoon much better for us to be outdoors. Both teams throw their best pitchers today to open up the series between the Evergreens and Lumberjacks. Carson Bauman got the final out in the top half of the second inning, and he'll lead off the bottom of the second for East. Strike, fastball. What's the difference between these pitchers? Cole O'Brien's fastball, more velocity than Davis Winter. But Winter's been able to spot his pitches, and Winter's breaking stuff looks great today. Foul back. So different types of pitchers locked in battle this afternoon. Cole O'Brien, too, is ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. Challenged him up high, maybe overreached on that. A ball and 2 strikes. We're brought to you by Innovative Health. Pain is your body's check engine light, signaling something isn't right. And Chris Conley's Silver Bomber, check engine light. Come to Innovative Health in Weston for the best in chiropractic care. They'll keep your body running the way it was meant to work. Feel better, live better. Innovative Health. Did he go too far? Yes, he did. Ball was dropped. One hopped over to first base to complete the strikeout, and Carson Bauman is retired. That's a third strikeout for Cole O'Brien. Zach Poggle to hit now. So both pitchers have not allowed the lead runner or lead batter to reach. That's one of the keys to pitching success, obviously. Foul back, strike one. You know what the challenge has been for Wausau East? Depth at pitching has been an issue in recent years. So, Davis Winter is their best. He goes today. Will the Evergreens see easier pitching tomorrow? And that's right, tomorrow. Thursday's game has been moved up to Wednesday because Thursday looks like a rainy day. That's up high, 1 ball and 1 strike. In fact, so far, this is my third or fourth time seeing the Evergreens baseball team this year. We've done more early season softball games, but the Everest pitching depth looks pretty good. Just off the outside corner, 2 balls and 1 strike. This is the first time that Cole O'Brien's been behind at any stage in the count so far. Coming home. Fly ball to the outfield. Wind's blowing it around. Rhodey almost had that go over his head. Had to reach back and make that. And you know what? Wausau East was telling Zach Poggle to run that out. The East bench realized that Rhodey was struggling as that was playing in the wind. And if he drops that, you want Zach Poggle not to be on first, but to be on second. But an out is recorded in the outfield. 2 outs for Bodie Beaversdorf with the bases empty. Holds off on a pitch that's high, ball 1. Baseball Today brought to you by Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Go to mutualofwausau.com. Mutualofwausau.com. You'll find an agent near you. Tipped back to the catcher's mitt. Count evens at 1-1. Did we not say that the wind had died down a few minutes ago? It's picked up again. A little bit of a chill in the air here at Wausau East. Swing and a miss. Challenged him with the fastball. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Cole O'Brien's ahead in the count. He's bidding for his 4th strikeout of the afternoon, and we're only in the 2nd inning. Got him. 4 strikeouts. Cole O'Brien is sharp. Davis Winter is sharp too. Who blinks first in this one? Scoreless after 2 innings between Wausau East and DC Everest on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eclair.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Davis Winter has been fabulous so far. He's retired the first 6 batters that he's faced. He'll face the Evergreen 7, 8, and 9 hitters here in the top of the 3rd. We were having a discussion this morning in the WSAU radio newsroom. That's my full-time job, but I'm not having the fun of bringing these games to you. The discussion was baseball team mascots. Some are obvious. Mr. Met. The Philly Fanatic. You got that. The San Diego Chicken. Which team's mascot is named Moose? Do you know? We'll let the Jeopardy music play in the background for a few moments. Foul tipped away, strike 1. Logan George at bat against Davis Winter. Moose, the mascot. Oh, so now we're supposed to give out hints, are we? In the American League, one American League team has Moose, the mascot. Moose, the mascot, in the Pacific Northwest. Up the middle, there's the first Evergreens base runner. Logan George singles to start off the top of the 3rd. in the Great Pacific Northwest. Ball is loose, and Logan George takes another base. The throw back to the pitcher is wild, so it's a hit and an error. Error on the throw back in. Here's Aiden Hopt. I bet Aiden is going to be asked to bunt here. Pinched in at the corners is the Lumberjacks defense. Down low. The bunt was not on. Ball one. Moose, the mascot, is the mascot of the Seattle Mariners. And who's up late enough to see Seattle Mariners games, right? Just below the knees, 2 balls and no strikes. So Winter, with the first base runner on against him, looks a little different in this sequence. Takes a strike, 2-1. Everest bench chirping at that, thought that was low. Winter's got a lot of movement on his stuff today. Big lead at second for Logan George. That's outside, 3-1. Again, this is the bottom of the order, so Davis Winter is going to want to get outs here. You want another mascot trivia? Which mascot is Dinger? Dinger belongs to which team? And that's a ball. Davis Winter issues a walk, and the Evergreens have 2 aboard with nobody out. George Jablonski hits in the number 9 spot. See if George is asked to move 2 runners into scoring position. Dinger, the mascot, will make sense once I tell you who. Yeah, he is looking to bunt, and bunts it foul. Back to the catcher, strike 1. Dinger is the mascot of a home ballpark that gives up a lot of runs, a lot of home runs. That's why he's Dinger. Very good. Dinger is the mascot of the Colorado Rockies. Thin mountain air. Took something off and bunts it foul again. I'll tell you, one of the things the Evergreens are not good at is getting that sacrifice bunt down. Coach Dave Langbin calls for it, and the execution so far this year has been lousy. Jablonski's down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. And gets to swing away and is way out in front of it for a strikeout. Fails to move the runners over. 3rd strikeout for Davis Winter against 1 walk and 1 hit. Carter Miller struck out his first time up. Evergreens need a hit to the outfield to bring this run in from second base. Runners at first and second here. Took something off, and Carter Miller's way out in front, strike 1. Yeah, it is funny. When I was a kid, I learned to love baseball when I was living in New York City, and then my family moved to Connecticut. Games on the West Coast started at 11 o'clock at night. So, games in the old Seattle Kingdom, I was never up for those games. Yankees and Anaheim Angels, way past my bedtime as a kid. West Coast trips, it's like the Yankees and Mets disappeared for a week at a time. 1-1 pitch, it's down low, 2-1. Of course, then, Yankees games when I was a kid, home games at Yankee Stadium, started at 8 o'clock at night. You probably don't know why. I'll share that with you in a minute. On the outside corner for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Evergreens get the first 2 on and have failed to put the ball in play since here in the top of the 3rd. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Off-speed pitches bounce to third. Backhanded play. The shortstop's got it. He's got no throw. Shortstop backhanded that deep in the hole, but so deep. You know what? Zach Poggle made the right decision by not throwing that. He was not going to get the speedy Carter Miller. Everyone advances. 1 out and the bases are full. Here comes Ty Rohde. Tapped back to the pitcher his first time. Why did in the 1970s Yankees home games start at 8 o'clock? Swing and a miss, strike one. Back then, horse racing was much more popular than it was today. Horse racing was in the afternoon. If you were entertaining, say, a business client, races in the afternoon, dinner somewhere, and then off to the ballpark for an 8 o'clock Yankees start. Bouncing ball to the right side. Second baseman bobbles, and it's an error that's going to bring 2 runs in. Bodie Beaversdorf had a runner crossing in front of him, didn't interfere with him, but there was traffic in front of Bodie, went off the heel of his glove, bounced off his chest and into shallow right field. 2 come in. Ty Rohde reaches on an error. And here comes Nevin Poppy, runners at first and third. Nevin Poppy turns away from what's called strike one. Carter Miller is at third base and Ty Rohde, reaching on the error, is at first. Evergreens have the double steal going and they cut off the throw. So Rohde moves from first to second. Baseball Today is brought to you by Scherer Construction. With an office right here in Wausau, Scherer Construction offers commercial and custom home construction expertise throughout Wisconsin. For your next construction project, look no further than Scherer Construction. Check out their work online at schererconstruction.com. Swing and a miss. Nevin Poppy is retired on strikes. He's the second out of the inning, and it's up to Cole Van Slyke to see if the Evergreens get more. Davis Winter absolutely needs this out. A single to the outfield brings in 2 more runs and puts the Lumberjacks down by 4. Van Slyke over the top of the first pitch. Now, this is the second time through the Everest order, and so far the Everest hitters have not really adjusted to Davis Winter. Still out in front and swinging over the top of his breaking stuff. 0-1 pitch. Took something off, and Van Slyke fouls that into the screen in front of the dugout. Cole Van Slyke grounded out to first base his first time up. He's down on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Checks his swing, it's low, not by much. A ball and 2 strikes. Yes, when I was a kid in and around New York City, Yankees games started at 8. The Mets started at 7:30. The Mets were less popular. Their thinking was maybe someone would watch or follow a Mets game before switching over to the Yankees broadcast. This ball is hit to first. It's bobbled in foul territory. Are they calling this fair? Everybody's safe. That's a fair ball that it brings in a run. And now a wild throw across the diamond will bring in a second run. Boy, the Lumberjacks are self-destructing in this inning. Hit right up the first base line. Jed Vandersanden didn't handle it, and he's going to be assessed 2 errors on the play. The bobble at first base, and then the wild throw across the diamond, which allowed a second run to score. Well, you know what they're saying? Our official scorer is saying that that's a hit, an infield hit for Cole Van Slyke. I'm not sure that's right. Tapped back to the mound, Dvorak sees 1 pitch, and the inning comes to an end. But the Evergreens send 8 men to the plate. They benefit from, I think, maybe 3, but for sure 2 Lumberjack errors, and they get 4 runs in. Going to the bottom of the third, Lumberjacks now trail 4-0 on Zaleski Sports.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Yeah, the official scoring on the play that brought in 2 runs is an infield hit for Cole Van Slyke. That is generous. That ball was clearly misplayed by Jen Vandersanden at first base. Then Vandersanden threw across the diamond and threw wildly to third base, allowing another run to score. So Cole Van Slyke gets a infield tapper RBI. I like generous scoring. Batters do too, don't they? So the Evergreens are 4 runs, 3 hits, and they benefited from 2 Lumberjack errors. I'll flip back on my scorers page. I don't think any of those 4 runs are earned for the Evergreens. They are not. All 4 of the runs unearned. Bottom of the third is on. Colin Milkey swings and misses. Strike 1. Yeah, so East pitcher Davis Winter deserves much better than he got. Swing and a miss there. Strike 2. And Cole O'Brien, who has good stuff, looking to saw right through the bottom part of the East order. 8, 9, and 1 for the Lumberjacks this half inning. Swing and a miss. Colin Milkey sees just 3 pitches and is sent back to the bench. 5 strikeouts for Cole O'Brien today. We're sponsored by TRW Auto Body in Mosinee. Top quality collision repair, full body repair, 24-hour towing, courtesy loaner vehicles, and a lifetime warranty on their work. TRW Auto Body in Mosinee, your friendly fender bender mender. Here's Keaton Laskowski, ball 1 to him. Again, Cole O'Brien does a lot of things right as a pitcher. He throws strikes, stays ahead in the count to almost everybody. 5 strikeouts, no walks. He's allowed only 1 hit. No announcer's jinx here. Cole O'Brien is down 2 balls and no strikes. Something weird about both lineups. The Evergreens have their designated hitter leading off. Carter Miller bats first for the Evergreens. Lumberjacks have their designated hitter batting 9th. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike. I don't know. If I'm playing the field and I'm being DH'd for it, I see the DH batting 9th, I'm saying, come on, coach. The guy you've got hitting for me is up last. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. So after O'Brien throws the first 2 pitches out of the strike zone, he's battled back to even. Batter asks for time and steps out. Yep, all 4 of the Evergreens' runs in the top of the third unearned. Up high, that's the one you got to lay off, 3-2. High velocity pitch that looks good coming out of the pitcher's hand, and then it's up at the shoulders. That's a ball. Count is full. Cole O'Brien doesn't want to walk the number 9 hitter here, want to challenge him in this spot. Swing and a miss. O'Brien wins that challenge. He struck out the first 2 he's faced here in the bottom of the third. To the top of the order, Ian Stahl struck out his first time up. Ridgetop Exteriors says just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. Roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Ridgetop Exteriors. They have the winning strategy to protect your home. Fouled off up the first base side. Go to their website, ridgetopexteriors.com. 0-1 pitch. One hop and through the left side, just out of the range of a diving Nevin Poppy. So there's a 2-out hit. Second of the afternoon for the Lumberjacks. Stahl is on first base. Davis Winter will look to help himself with 2 outs and a runner on. Winter doubled to the right center field gap his first time up. Winter back in the first inning advanced from second to third on a wild pitch. He was there at third with 1 out. And the Lumberjacks could not bring him home. He's looking to bunt for a hit. Nevin Poppy's going to have a tough play, decides not to throw. A 2-out bunt single. And Davis Winter is 2 for 2 today. That was well placed. Here's Ryan Rodemeyer to hit. Boy, East would feel great about things if they could get 1 run back. All of this with 2 outs. Rodemeyer struck out his first time. Rodemeyer stepped out like he was looking for a sign. There's no sign here. 2 outs. 2 on. Hit the ball. Coming home, and he does hit it to right field. It's over Dvorak's head. 1 run, 2 runs are in, and Wausau East is right back in this thing. Back-to-back-to-back hits for the Lumberjacks. Ryan Rodemeyer over the head of Jack Dvorak in right field, and it's a 4-2 game. Jed Vandersanden will hit. Chance to get another run in. He's got a runner at second base. So that bunt single for Davis Winter worked out just fine. He came around to score on the double that followed. So both teams are on the board here in the third. First ball swinging and fouled back. Hit to the outfield could bring in another. Rodemeyer is the catcher, but he had pretty good wheels. He motored into second base quickly, so he could come around to score on a hit to the outfield. 0-1 pitch. Cole O'Brien looking to restore order. On the inside corner, strike 2. Lumberjacks bench was up the third base side. Doesn't have a good look at that. And they did see that Vandersanden backed up on that pitch. 0-2. Cole O'Brien looking to shut the door here. Off speed, just got a piece. Almost. Late afternoon, Tuesday baseball. We were promised sunshine later in the day, and we got it. No balls and 2 strikes. O'Brien to Vandersanden. Swing and a miss. Challenged him up high, and a strikeout ends the inning. East gets 2 singles and a 2-run scoring double, all with 2 outs. The Lumberjacks are back in this thing. Our new score is 4-2, the top of the 4th when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
The Auto Service Specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Axis Insurance is your complete independent insurance agency for auto, home, business, and life insurance serving Wisconsin and Minnesota. Insurance can often be confusing and frustrating, but with Axis Insurance you get experienced advisors that pair you with exactly the coverage you need at the most competitive prices for every stage of life. Located in Weston and a proud supporter of area high school athletics, their business truly does revolve around you. Learn more at AxisInsurance.net or by calling 715-355-8400.
Welcome back. I'm Chris Conley. We're here on the campus of Wausau East. Yes, our schedule got moved around. This game was supposed to be at Simon Field. We moved it to the field that has an artificial turf infield. That was the right decision. And with rain in the forecast on Thursday, Thursday's game will be played tomorrow at Simon Field. Evergreens led 4-0, and now their lead's been cut in half as we go to the top of the fourth. It's 4-2. Cade Felch, Logan George, and Aiden Haupt to hit for Everest. We're sponsored by Mammoth Mortgage. It's your opportunity for low rates, hassle-free mortgages for buying or refinancing throughout Wisconsin. For all your mortgage needs, look to Mammoth Mortgage. So Davis Winter, the Lumberjacks pitcher, he's a gamer. Looks like their best player. Hit to short. Zach Poggle crossed the diamond, got him, and Cade Felch is retired. I mean, Davis Winter has a double, laid down a perfect bunt single, and is their best pitcher. I mean, Davis Winter is a gamer to the point that I bet tomorrow he plays somewhere in the field. He's got a good bat. Can't afford to have that on the bench. Logan George started off the third inning with a single, the first hit for the Evergreens in the game. Breaks in for strike one. There is action in our softball game behind us. That's the Lumberjacks playing the Merrill Blue Jays. Merrill was out to an early lead in that. 11-4. So runs aplenty in the softball game behind us. 1-1 pitch. Off-speed pitch, lifted down the first base side, but foul for strike two. Do I have my schedule correct? Everest fast pitch. They're ranked third in the state in Division I now. I think they're playing today. I think they're playing Marshfield. And they're leading 1-0 in the fifth? Losing 1-0 to Marshfield in the fifth. Need the bats to wake up there. Everest undefeated. That would be an unexpected loss to the Marshfield Tigers. Count here is filled up to Logan George. 1 out, nobody on, and here comes the 3-2 pitch. Up the middle and through. Logan George's first hit went right through the middle, too. So Logan George is 2 for 2, and the Evergreens have a 1-out base runner. I would forgive you if you switched over to the softball game. That would be the biggest upset of the year in Wisconsin Valley Conference fast pitch play. Do I believe that Big Z is on the mic for that? It's a Jason Zaleski game. We cared enough to send the very best, just like that floral shop used to say. Aiden Haupt bats with 1 out and a man on first here. Strike two. Nope, beg your pardon. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. First pitch in the sequence was a ball to Haupt. Haupt walked and scored in the 4-run third inning. And just like that, bang, bottom of the 5th inning, the Evergreens fast pitch team has taken the lead 2-1. Here it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Throw over to first, runner dives back safely. I don't know, the Evergreens are going to ask their star senior pitcher Addie Cluck to lock down that game, get the final 6 outs. Throw over to first again, close, almost picked off Logan George. With runs being a premium, Don't think you want to be making a lot of outs on the bases this afternoon. Runner is going, pitches up high, throws there in time, threw him out. Logan George looked like he was spinning his wheels on the synthetic turf. Ryan Rodemeyer guns him down. Back at home plate, 2 balls and 1 strike, and now the bases are empty for Haupt. Off the fists, popped up to shallow center field, and Ian Stahl makes the catch. Evergreens get a hit, make an out on the bases, and do not score. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. It's DC Everest 4, Wausau East 2 on Zaleski Sports.
At Nicolet Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolet Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolet Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Take your education out of the classroom and give New Spaces a spin. Wherever you are, North Central Technical College is there with flexible learning options, including rolling start dates and 100% online classes. Earn your degree around your life.
Elsewhere in Wisconsin Valley baseball today, the marquee matchup today is Spash versus Wisconsin Rapids. They must be playing down at Rapids, right? The weather wouldn't be favorable with the rain that we got earlier today to play over at Spash's diamond, which is natural turf. Our thinking is that Spash and Rapids are the 2 best teams in the Valley, and they're in the 4th inning. Wisconsin Rapids leads 6-0. If I was listening to a Yankees or Mets radio broadcast in my youth, the out-of-town scoreboard would be brought to you by American Airlines. With more departures from any New York City airline, American is the airline to take when you want to get out of town. Carson Bauman to hit. Struck out his first time. The hit column is even, 4 apiece for both of these teams. Up high, ball 1. Cole O'Brien allowed 2 runs. They're both earned. 4 hits. 7 strikeouts. He has not walked anyone. Swing and a miss there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, let's see. Who were the New York radio baseball sponsors? American Airlines sponsored the out-of-town scoreboard, bragging about all of their out-of-town flights. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A bank that is long out of business, Manufacturers Hanover, used to brag that they had more automatic teller machines. They weren't called ATMs yet back. More automatic teller machines anywhere else in town. Out in front of that, there's the 8th strikeout for Cole O'Brien. Carson Bauman is sent back 0 for 2 today. Zach Poggle had a wind-blown fly ball to center field. He's 0 for 1. Ford was a big radio sponsor. Have you driven a Ford lately? First ball swinging and fouled away for strike 1. Do you remember the adult beverage sponsors? The Mets broadcasts were sponsored by Schaefer. Schaefer was a New York City-only brewing company. Schaefer is the one beer to have when you're having more than one. That stays up high, 1 ball and 1 strike. And for many years, the Yankees, before Budweiser got big, were sponsored by Rheingold. Rheingold is the extra dry beer. Won't you try extra dry Rheingold beer? 2 balls and 1 strike. Rheingold was brewed in Brooklyn, not in the Bronx. Yankees, the Bronx Bombers. I remember when news came, this is in the 70s, that the Rheingold Brewery was shutting down. My grandfather, Mario Sr., stocked up. For years, the basement was filled with cases of Rheingold beer bottles. Just missed. It's close. 3 balls and 1 strike. One of the New York baseball teams was sponsored by Pepsi. One was sponsored by Coke. I think the Yankees were a Coca-Cola team. Funny how time fades some of the memories from your youth. Outside corner, count fills 3-2. 1 out and nobody on as we play the bottom of the 4th inning. Wise Potato Chips, a baseball radio sponsor. Not sure you can get Wise Potato Chips anymore. This is a line drive. Left fielder is turned around. Happ reaches up and made the catch. Theft in the outfield. That looked like that was going to be up against the wall until it wasn't. Aiden Happ with a nice play in left field. 2 outs. Bodie Beversdorf to hit. And the wind, which is blowing in, was still playing games with that ball. Yeah, Wise Potato Chips had an owl, the Wise Owl, on the bag. Blue bag with a white Wise Owl. Here's Bodie Beversdorf, who takes strike 1. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. So Cole O'Brien, after giving up 2 runs in the 3rd, is bidding for a 3-up, 3-down 4th. He's got 2 outs and nobody on, and is working on Bodie Beversdorf. At the knees, Beversdorf can't believe it. Thought the strike zone got a little big there. It is a 3-up, 3-down inning. 4 complete. DC Everest 4, and Wausau East 2 on Zaleski Sports.
The first tube was bent in 1968 back in a garage by our house. Shortly after that, we moved into a rented space in a machine shop.
Moving into this building in 2000 at 90,000 square feet.
So right now we sit at 165,000 square feet.
150 employees. Every day we look at how grateful we are to be where we are, but we never forget where we started. Here at J&D Tube Benders, we're a full custom hydraulic tube manufacturer. We can do anything from their simple bent tube component to a fully welded assembly.
In every department at Dull Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. Sales staff with a deep knowledge, not just of cars, but how to build relationships. A service team who always double checks each other's work. Dozens of people you may never meet who've been working for years to make buying and servicing a car feel fast and easy. In over 100 years at Dull Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dull Auto, simple.
The top of the 5th inning is on. The Evergreens have 9, 1, and 2 in their batting order. George Jablonski, a strikeout victim his first time up, will lead off against Davis Winter. One bad defensive inning is killing the Lumberjacks right now. First ball swinging shallow left field. This is in foul territory and there's no play. Yeah, the Evergreens got 3 hits. One of them was an infield hit that I thought was misplayed down at first base. Two errors committed in the inning, and all 4 of the runs unearned. I mean, otherwise, Wausau East has gotten a good pitching afternoon from Davis Winter. Winter's ahead, no balls, 2 strikes on George Jablonski. Jablonski lays off that. Going to need a sand wedge to hit that pitch. We're sponsored by Fleet Farm. No matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you covered. Best prices guaranteed. Auto, pet, bird, farm, and snacks. Fleet Farm is everything you need, all at the lowest prices. Jablonski is struck out. Carter Miller had a single in that 4-run third inning and is struck out, 1 for 2. Swing and a miss. Carter Miller has had trouble handling Davis Winter's breaking stuff. Lays off that, and it's high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sherrill Tire and Service says for all your tire and auto service needs, look to Sherrill Tire and Service. Great deals on tires that fit your budget and a sure thing to get you back on the road. Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Bounces off home plate, and the count evens 2-2. Both pitchers' pitch count seems to be in order. So here in the 5th inning, both of these starters could work into the 6th or beyond. Fouled away. 2-2 to Carter Miller. Fouls that over the dugout of the Everest bench down the first base side. We stay at 2-2. Out in front of that, Davis Winter has struck out the first 2 that he's faced here in the 5th. Winter has 5 strikeouts against 1 walk, 4 hits, and no earned runs allowed by Davis Winter. He trails 4-0 because of sloppy defense in the 3rd. 2 outs and none on for Ty Rohde. Rohde reached on an error in that 4-run third inning. And this is smacked to left center field. Coming in, did he catch that? Yes, a diving catch by Maddox Hurtis in left field. Put a circle around that. Evergreens go down 3 up, 3 down on a good defensive play in the outfield. Bottom of the 5th next. It's getting late for Wausau East. They trail 4-2 on Zaleski Sports.
Elite Auto Care is a family-owned business providing top-notch car care to the Schofield, Weston, and Wausau area. They deliver honest and professional automotive repair and maintenance services with quality ASE certified technicians that you can trust. Elite Auto Care offers the latest technology and is equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on both foreign and domestic vehicles. From general maintenance, air conditioning and brakes to exhaust, axle repair, tires, or just a simple oil change. Turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
If the check engine light comes on in your car, do you address it or hope it goes away on its own? Pain is your body's check engine light signaling that something isn't right. Innovative Health in Weston can help identify and fix the aches and pains of everyday life. We deliver effective chiropractic care for every joint in your body, from your neck to your back to your knees and feet. With 4 doctors on staff and advanced treatment options, we've been consistently voted a top chiropractic and sports medicine clinic in central Wisconsin. Whether you're a high school athlete, a pregnant mom, or just feeling the wear and tear of life, give us a call at Innovative Health in Weston today.
Feel better, live better, Innovative Health.
If you were out for a late breakfast today, you would not have thought that we'd see the sun by this afternoon. It was cloudy till around early lunchtime. Sun has broken through, but it's windy and chilly here at Wausau East. Lumberjacks to bat in the bottom of the 5th with 8, 9, and 1 in their batting order. So the East is going to get their big bats up at least one more time before this game is over. Either if they can be productive here in the 5th or in the next, the 6th inning.
Now up for the Lumberjacks, for third baseman, number 12,
Colin Milkey, one of the 9 strikeouts that Cole O'Brien has recorded today. Milkey's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Yeah, that's fouled back to the screen. I mean, East needs their 8 and 9 hitters to create some traffic on the bases here. Wow, that may have been high. That looked like it was at the shoulders. Milky tried to duck under it. Home plate umpire wasn't having it. 0-2. Cole O'Brien's been so efficient, he doesn't need help with a big strike zone here. No, sir. Swing and a miss. Colin Milky sees 3 pitches, and O'Brien's got 10 strikeouts. We're sponsored by Next Step Prosthetics, providing prosthetics and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. First ball swinging, and Keaton Lazeski fouls that one off for strike 1. One of our Everest fans is moving very slowly towards that foul ball out of play like it's cold. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. You know, on a chilly day like this, moving around versus sitting still makes all the difference in the world. I mean, if you were out walking your dog, you'd say, well, it's manageable, but I'm moving, he's moving. If you're just sitting here like we are doing the broadcast, it's chilly. 1-1 pitch. Strike 2, swing and a miss. All of the hits have come from the top part of the Wausau East batting order. Batters 1, 2, and 3 are the only Lumberjacks who have hit safely. Strike 3. Keaton is retired. Yeah, once you get to spots 4 through 9, 0 for 12. Ian Stahl is 1 for 2. He's got one of the 4 hits for the Lumberjacks. He singled and scored in the 2-run 3rd inning. All the scoring came in the 3rd. Evergreen's got 4 unearned runs. East got 2 of them back. That's fouled back, strike 1. And East's rally in the 3rd inning came with 3 hits in a row, all with 2 outs. So the Lumberjacks are not giving up on this frame, even though there's 2 outs and nobody on. That stays up high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, Stahl had a 2-out single in the 3rd. Davis Winter laid out a 2-out bunt up the 3rd base line. And then Ryan Rodemeyer brought them both in with a double. One ball and 1 strike. O'Brien with a long set. Breaks that one in. The cutter is over for strike 2 on the outside corner. 1-2. O'Brien is bidding for a 3-up, 3-down inning. Swing and a miss. Got to throw down to first, though. Cole Van Slyke gathers it in and throws him out. Cole O'Brien strikes out the side. He's got 12 strikeouts now, and he's retired the last 7 Lumberjacks that he's seen. Cole O'Brien, after allowing those 2 runs in the 3rd, has really locked things down. We're going to the top of the 6th. Evergreens lead 4-2 on Zaleski Sports.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Are you ready to give your kids a head start on smart money habits? With Abbey Bank's Bright Future Checking, kids and teens can learn to manage money with you right by their side. They get their own debit card, and you can keep an eye on spending with easy-to-use mobile banking and card controls. The Bright Future Checking account has no fees, no minimum balance, and kids get a bonus after the first deposit is made. Give your child the power of independence. Stop in or visit abbeybank.com to get started. Abbey Bank is member FDIC.
Top of the 6th is on Evergreen's at bat looking to build on a 2-run lead. Everest 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors. The Evergreens have not left a man on base so far in this game. For Wausau East, 2 runs, also 4 hits. Lumberjacks have committed 2 errors, which loom huge in this game. And the Lumberjacks have left 2 men on base. Nevin Poppy to lead off. He takes strike 1 from Davis Winter. Bounced off the plate, foul up the third base side. Poppy's down on the count 0-2. Nevin is 0 for 2 today and has looked a little bit uncomfortable against Davis Winter's stuff. That one was easy to lay off, bounced a foot or 2 in front of home plate. Foundation Finance has started job making the money you need with flexible scheduling, a close-knit, fun-loving group, and full-time benefits from day one. FoundationFinance.com. Bounce deep in the hole at short. A backhand play, throw is high. That's going to be a hit for Nevin Poppy, and he's going to advance to second on the wild throw. Yes. Boy, a third error. Yeah, I'm scoring that a hit for Nevin Poppy. Hit deep in the hole. He was going to leg that out. And then a shortstop throwing error. Yes, they're just announcing that the scoring is exactly as I described it. Hit and an error. So there's an insurance run at second base with nobody out for Cole Van Slyke, 1 for 2. Nevin's got good speed, too. Wild pitch will move him up to third base. Way inside, almost hit Cole Van Slyke. Wausau East has no choice but to bring the infield in. Can't give up an extra run here. Count is 1 ball and no strikes to Cole Van Slyke. Down low, bounced off the plate. Good stop by Ryan Rodemeyer, the catcher. Oh-2 pitch. Swing and put in play to right field. Nevin Poppy's going to try and tag, and the Evergreens are going to try and score him. There may be a play at the plate. He's out at home. Hit the cutoff man, and the first baseman, Jed Vandersayden, threw a strike home. Nevin Poppy is cut down. So that's an out in the outfield. And then 9-3-2 as Nevin Poppy is out at home. That's a big moment for Wausau East. Could not afford to give up an extra run there. Jack Dvorak, 0 for 2, now hits with 2 outs and the base is empty. We're sponsored by Newton Electric. From residential to commercial, industrial to agriculture, Newton Electric in Wausau has been serving central Wisconsin since 1977. Ground ball to third, low throw, and a throwing error is going to continue the inning. See the third and the fourth error on Wausau East here. Colin Milkey commits his second error of the game. Cade Felch, 0 for 2, will now hit. Give Newton Electric a call or find them online at newtonelec.com. Felch is 0 for 2, and that's ball 1. Swing and a miss, way out in front, 1-1. 2 outs, man on first via an error, after Wausau East cuts down what would have been an insurance run at the plate. So the Lumberjacks, with a fly-out, tag-out double play, kind of keep themselves in the game. We're brought to you by John's Auto Repair. For all of your auto repair needs, Mosinee and Rothschild, turn to John's Auto Repair, just off Business 51, north of Mosinee. Auto repair you can trust. They'll have it done right and have you on your way. John's Auto Repair. Pitch is outside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tapper to third. Across the diamond here with another low throw. But Cade Felch is out, and the inning comes to an end. Evergreens tried to push another run across, but could not. We're going to the bottom of the sixth. DC Everest 4, Wausau East 2 on Zaleski Sports.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that look for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
Wausau East big bats are coming up here in the home half of the sixth, trailing by 2 runs. Davis Winter, who's 2 for 2, will lead off. Winter's got a double and a bunt single, 2 for 2 today. Ryan Rodemeyer, who waits on deck, had the double that brought in both of Wausau East runs. We're sponsored by Backey's Family Chiropractic in Rothschild, providing personalized chiropractic care no matter what issue your body's battling. Migraines, anxiety, stress, or youth issues. Let Backey's Family Chiropractic give you back the life you deserve.
6959. You need to move your vehicle, please. Thank you.
Again, Davis Winter has pitched well. The 4 runs in are all unearned. Winter takes strike 1. And Cole O'Brien, who's retired 7 in a row, is trying to do something he hasn't done all afternoon. That's keep Davis Winter off the bases. Lays off, pitch that's low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Merrill Steel is your partner for structural steel fabrication. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest. Apply today at merrillsteel.com. Bottom of the 6th, so it's getting late on this windswept Tuesday afternoon. 1-1 pitch. Breaks in for a strike. Catcher didn't hold it, and Wausau East is chirping about that. Again, Cole Van Slyke, the catcher, didn't hold it. And it's 1-2. Yeah, I mean, the optics are bad. Even if it's a good pitch, if the catcher doesn't hold it, it's usually called a ball. Not there. O'Brien ahead in the count, 1-2. Bounced off the plate, up the first base side, foul. So we'll do a ball and 2 strikes again. Nicolet Bank offers personal banking at its best. Locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill, or learn more at nicoletbank.com. Everyone who follows softball is rooting for Marshfield. They had a 1-0 lead over DC Everest. The Evergreens now up 3-1 in that game. That game's about to go final. 5-1 now. That's up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the Evergreens are going to run their softball record to 9-0. We have fast pitch on our Zaleski sports schedule for Friday against Lakeland. Be over at the Everest softball diamond there. 2-2 pitch. Popped up. Foul ground behind first base. Wind's blowing it. Coming over and making the catch is the second baseman, Logan George, and Davis Winter is out. Caught in foul territory, so it's officially a foul out. Cole O'Brien has retired the leadoff batter in all 6 innings now. Rodemeyer's 1 for 2, a double and 2 runs batted in. Again, down low. Once you get past Rodemeyer, no one in the East lineup has hit safely. We said that earlier a couple of innings ago. So East needs to get something started, you'd think, here in the 6th, because the 7th looks a lot less promising. 1 ball, no strikes. On the inside corner, 1-1. Strike 2, a ball and 2 strikes. Again, Wausau East feeling is that the strike zone has gotten a little bit bigger in the last couple of innings, to Cole O'Brien's advantage. Cole's in the driver's seat here at a ball and 2 strikes, 1 out and nobody on. Off speed, drops in, strike 3.
Rodemeyer strikes out for the second out of the inning, bringing up first baseman.
13 strikeouts now this afternoon for Cole O'Brien. Jed Vandersanden hits with 2 outs and none aboard. That one also not held by the catcher. It's outside for ball 1. Great Lakes Cheese of Wausau has a state-of-the-art facility, excellent benefits, pay, culture, and more. Join a growing company and get your career on the right path at GreatLakesCheese.com. Check to swing. Infield umpire on the appeal calls it a strike, 1-1. Ball is hit to short. George Jablonski up with it. High throw, no problem for Cade Felch. A 3-up, 3-down inning. The Lumberjacks in the bottom of the 6th go quietly. Evergreens 4, Wausau East 2 on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no-obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Selling your car to Doll Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Doll Auto. Simple.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Welcome back. Both of these starting pitchers may be working for complete games today. Both have pitch counts that are just fine going into the 7th and final inning. Davis Winter will face Logan George, who's 2 for 2 for the Evergreens. Evergreens lead 4-2. What would have been a 5th run was cut down at the plate on a sacrifice fly attempt to right field. George with 2 singles scored one of the Evergreens' 4 runs. First pitch is bounced, ball 1. You look ahead to the home half of the 7th inning, and it is the 5, 6, and 7 hitters will be due up for the Lumberjacks when they get their turn in the bottom of this inning. With 2 runs to find at least. Logan George bounces deep in the hole at short. This will be a long throw. Got him by a step. Zach Poggle, strong-armed across the diamond. Logan George is out for the first time today. Aiden Haupt, who has walked and scored and flied out to center field, will bat now. Aiden also has a nice catch up against the wall in left. Outside, ball 1. France Propane brings you today's ball game. Bouncer to second. Bobbled for a moment by Beaversdorf, still got him. Stayed with it, no problem. 2 up, 2 down here in the visitors' 7th. France Propane is your locally owned complete service propane company, serving all of central Wisconsin for over 2 generations. Learn more at francepropane.com. France Propane, local, quality, family. George Jablonski has struck out twice, 0 for 2 today. Nope, beg your pardon. Evergreens are using a pinch hitter here for Jablonski. Ryan Schultz will hit. Ryan Schultz for Jablonski. With 2 outs and no one on.
Now batting for the Evergreens, number 27, Ryan Schultz.
And a ball to Ryan. Two out of the strike zone from Davis Winter. Winter has not pitched poorly despite the 4 runs up against him. Bouncing ball to third. This is a fair ball. Milky's got to throw across the diamond. The throw pulls him off the bag. I think I'm scoring that a hit. Schultz was fast up the line and was going to beat that throw. Evergreens will use another pinch hitter for Carter Miller. The scoring that an error. Caden Allen will hit. Caden Allen in Carter Miller's spot. Takes strike 1. Let's see, if we decided that the scoring is a hit or an error, what's it going to be? I'm giving it a hit too. Reaches out, grounder to short. Get the force at second. That brings the visitors' 7th to an end. Evergreens do not score. It's the last call for the Wausau East Lumberjacks when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Wausau East trails by 2. They're coming up here in the bottom of the 7th. And if you're not familiar with high school baseball, we play 7-inning instead of 9-inning games. Carson Bauman, Zach Poggle, and Bodie Beaversdorf to hit. And Cole O'Brien has indeed earned the chance to close this out for a complete game. Cole O'Brien would be our player of the game, no doubt, if he can get the final 3 outs here. But you got to get them all. Righty to righty. Bauman has struck out in both of his plate appearances and fouls the first one away for strike 1. Culligan Water specializes in all of your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration needs. Count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. Bouncer, 1 hop to third. Nevin Poppy's got it, throws high, got him. Cade Felch came down on the bag, and there's the first out here in the 7th. Zach Poggle has put the ball in play both times. Flied out to center and had what looked like an extra base hit in left field till Aiden hopped, made a great play back against the wall. So Poggle, one at-bat, has hit the ball on the button. 1 out and none on. Fouls that one back. Ouch, double bingo. That hit the catcher, Cole Van Slyke, and got a piece of our home plate umpire. And it's just cold enough where that stings. Express Employment says get help finding your next career at Express Employment Professionals. They're in Wausau, Stevens Point, and Marshfield. Learn more at expresspros.com, their website, expresspros.com. 0-1 breaks in for strike 2. Cole O'Brien, who's worked quickly in this game, steps off for one of the few times all game. Zach Poggle is digging in. He's down on the count 0-2. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away from the catcher. Got to throw down to first. And there's a base runner for Wausau East. It is Cole O'Brien's 14th strikeout, but it bounced away from catcher Cole Van Slyke, and Zach Poggle's down at first. So there's 1 out. Gage Stockwell will pinch hit. First ball swinging and fouled away for a strike. So the strikeout but no out recorded brings the tying run to the plate. Gage Stockwell called on to pinch hit. Tough duty against the way Cole O'Brien's been throwing today. O'Brien's already up in the count 0-1. Bouncing ball to third. Forced to second. Pulled him off the bag. Everybody's safe. That's a throwing error on Nevin Poppy. First error of the game for the Evergreens. Tying runs are on base now. Another pinch hitter coming up here. Double play ends it. Evergreens have a force at any base. Logan Glavinsky is hitting here. Strike 1. Logan Glavinsky hits. If he puts one out of here, that flips the script, yes. Wind has died down. It was blowing in before. Swing and a miss. He's over the top of that one. No balls, 2 strikes. Glavinsky is hitting in what would have been Colin Milkey's spot. Milkey was 0 for 2 today with a couple of strikeouts. Glavinsky got a piece of that and fouled it away. I spy with my broadcaster's eye that another pinch hitter awaits on deck. Maddox Hurtis awaits on deck. Evergreens looking for those final 2 outs, and Wausau East looking to make some noise in the home half of the 7th. 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, and the pinch hitter is sat down. That pitch broke in, and if Wausau East doesn't like it, I mean, that pitch has been a strike all afternoon. That breaking ball that bends in, both for Davis Winter and for Cole O'Brien, has been a strike. East is down to their final out. Maddox Hurtis is the last chance for the Lumberjacks. Strike 1. I can't remember the last time an Everest pitcher has had 15 strikeouts. And that's where Cole O'Brien is now. Called strike two. Laid off it, called a strike at the knees. No balls, 2 strikes. Cole O'Brien has been spectacular today. 1 pitch away from a pretty impressive win. Evergreen's got all their runs back in the 3rd inning. East answered with 2 runs back in the 3rd inning, too. There's been no scoring since. 0-2 with 2 outs. Coming home. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Cole O'Brien strikes out the side, and the Evergreens are 4-2 winners today. A 16 strikeout, no walk game for Cole O'Brien. He was phenomenal today. Evergreens run their winning streak to 6 games with the victory. They are 6-3 overall and now 3-0 in conference. Wausau East has lost 3 in a row. They're now 3-3 for the season. Post-game coverage is coming up next. Stay with us for the Merrill Steel post-game show. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest. Apply today at merrillsteel.com. The Evergreens, 4 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. They left only 1 man on base. For the Lumberjacks, 2 runs on 4 hits. They committed 4 errors and left 3 men on base. All of the Evergreens' runs in that 3rd inning unearned. The Evergreens are 4-2 winners today. These teams will play again tomorrow. I'm Chris Conley. Thanks for being a part of our high school baseball coverage on Zaleski Sports. Postgame is next. You'll hear from the pitching star Cole O'Brien when we come right back on Zaleski Sports.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our 3 facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our in-house blasting and painting capabilities. Many projects require a complex coating system, and that's where we shine above the competition. We regularly apply corrosion-resistant coating in-house, as well as intumescent fire protection when needed. We hold the endorsement for sophisticated paint and coating from AISC. This, along with our NACE certified inspectors, ensure a high-quality finish for every piece. The loading and staging process, sandwiched between the end of production and shipping, is an important step in the fabrication process. Within a moment's notice, we are able to handle and place an entire load onto a trailer for quick.
This is the Merrill Steel postgame show. The Evergreens get 4 unearned runs in the 3rd inning and beat Wausau East 4-3. A spectacular pitching performance today. We'll hear from Cole O'Brien in just a moment. Coach, Cole was super efficient today, too, which allowed him to work the complete game.
Yeah, he was 80% strikes today, and that's kind of unheard of in high school baseball, and that was a fantastic outing by him. Had a generous strike zone, which played into it, too, but we made the adjustments, or he made the adjustments and battled through it and did a heck of a job out there.
Coach, it looks like the team already has in its DNA now the ability to win close games. You like that. A couple of errors late, but the team played well defensively, didn't give up anything for most of the ballgame.
Yeah, for the most part. You know, you'd like to have those plays where you get the double play in the last inning, limit your pitch counts, but, heck, we'll take it.
All right, quick turnaround. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you. Coach Dave Langman seems on a 6-game winning streak. Cole, like I said, I thought you were efficient, too. It allowed you to work late in the ballgame.
Yeah, I was just focusing on attacking the strike zone all game, really.
For those who are just joining us, 16 strikeouts, no walks, allowed just 4 hits and 2 earned runs. Did you have a sense that it looked like you were able to throw a lot of pitches for strikes, too? The breaking ball, that the outside corner was a little generous today, but it was that way both ways.
Yeah, I was throwing 3 pitches, slider, fastball. My curveball wasn't really hitting at first, so I was sticking with my slider, and then I started later innings starting to hit the curveball a little more, which helped me out a lot.
Was this a little bit of a tricky game to pitch in? I mean, it's cold out here. Sometimes it looks like some of those pitches may have gotten away, just a few, but you were always around the strike zone today.
Yeah, it wasn't super cold. I was swinging pretty good throwing all that. But, yeah, I just got really focused on staying in line and stuff, staying focused on what I'm throwing, and it'll go right down middle for me.
And you've got to love when your team takes advantage of the other team's mistakes. Wausau East had 1 bad inning. Everest puts up 4 runs. And I just got the feeling with the way you were throwing, it was only the 3rd inning back then, but that may have been enough on a day like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I trust my team fully, get me runs. I just go out there and pitch right down middle. See if they can hit it, they can hit it.
All right, the Evergreens are winners today. 4 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors. They left only 1 man on base. Wausau East, 2 runs on 4 hits. They committed 4 errors and left 3 men on base. Our final score from Wausau East: the Lumberjacks fall to the Evergreens 4-2. These teams play again tomorrow at Simon Field. We'll have that on Zaleski Sports. I'm Chris Conley. Thanks for joining us. Good night, everybody. You've got to do in the house, okay?
My name's Cole O'Brien, and I'm in the house.
You'll do it better next time.
Yeah.
Cole, thanks a lot for coming over.